Welcome to the 2022 All-University Convocation. Please be sure to silence your cell phones.
Good morning, Aztecs. How you all doing this morning? Welcome to the 2022 San Diego State All-University Convocation. My name is Anna Molina Rodriguez, and I am President De La Torre's Deputy Chief of Staff. I could not be more excited to start today's program, and we have so much good news to share throughout the hour. But first, it's my pleasure to introduce the SDSU Tribal Liaison, Jacob Alvarado Waipuk, who will provide the Kumeyaay land acknowledgement.
Hakui pe mati pejam nos kana na chuhi mati pai Kumeyaay and nos mok wapuk na pum mkalaf kupai. We stand upon a land that carries the footsteps of millennia of Kumeyaay people. There are people whose traditional lifeways intertwine with the worldview of earth and sky and a community of living beings. This land is part of a relationship that has nourished, healed, protected, embraced Kumeyaay people to the present day. It's part of a worldview founded in the harmony of the cycles of the sky and in the balance of forces of life. For the Kumeyaay, the red and black represent those balance of forces that provide for harmony within our bodies as well as the world around us. As students, faculty, staff, and alumni of San Diego State University, we acknowledge this legacy from the Kumeyaay. We promote this balance in life as understanding. We find inspiration in the Kumeyaay spirit to open our minds and hearts. It is the legacy of the red and black. It is the land of the Kumeyaay. Matni haipok, yakhan, makam episho, my heart is good. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. I would now like to welcome everyone again. I would also like to recognize our new faculty and staff. We are pleased to welcome you to our new San Diego State University family. SDSU is a wonderful and exciting place to work, to learn, and to teach, and to do research. We look forward to the leadership, the creativity, and the energy you will bring to our new campus community. Our wish is that your time here at San Diego State University will be both productive and rewarding. We extend our most sincere welcome to you all. I would now like to acknowledge some of our university leaders and distinguished guests, members of the Council of Vice Presidents, Academic Dean's Council, SDSU Alumni Board of Advisors, and our Associated Students Executive Officers. Could you all please rise and be acknowledged? Thank you for joining us. I would also like to acknowledge our other guests joining us on stage. Associate Professor and University Senate Chair Nola Butler-Bird, President of Associated Students Shockey Moore, President of the San Diego State University Alumni Board of Advisors Riza Barron, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Salvador Hector Ochoa. President Delatorre. And the 9 recipients of the San Diego State University Alumni Distinguished Faculty Award and the recipient of the San Diego State University Staff Lifetime Achievement Award, please join me in welcoming them. Last year was a year of achievement for our SDSU community. We will now share a short video that celebrates some of these moments before President Delatorre provides her convocation address.
We are San Diego State University, continuing our 125 years of meaningful research, teaching, and community impact outreach through our commitment to transform lives and communities for the better. Together, our one SDSU community is headed for an even brighter future, from San Diego and Imperial County to the Republic of Georgia and Oaxaca, Mexico, and across the world, wherever our 478,000 alumni live. In just 16 days, we open the gates to Snapdragon Stadium in a nationally televised football game against the University of Arizona. Snapdragon is the first feature of SDSU Mission Valley and a year-round entertainment venue for Southern California. The stadium is the new home for NCAA football, soccer, and lacrosse at SDSU, the San Diego Wave Football Club, San Diego Legion Rugby, concerts, and community events. We are grateful to our many partners, including Qualcomm Technologies, Inc., the Zaquan Band of the Kumeyaay Nation and Zaquan Casino Resort, San Diego County Toyota dealers, Quidel, and Kaiser Permanente. Thousands of Aztec football fans have purchased season tickets to be part of the thrilling Year One experience, and we are expecting sold-out events all season. Also underway is the beautiful River Park, featuring native plants, miles of walking trails, and recreation opportunities for the San Diego community, and the first steps towards development of the SDSU Mission Valley Innovation District. 15 buildings with up to 1.6 million square feet of technology, research, and office space. Diagnostics company Quidel has been named our first partner in the SDSU Innovation District, helping establish our health innovation hub to pursue critical research related to human health, foster scientific discovery, and provide valuable training for our students as we develop the next generation of innovators. Big plans are in store for SDSU Imperial Valley as well. The new state budget includes $80 million for a STEM facility on the Raleigh campus. This modern environment will be a place for education and research to propel the dream of a lithium valley, with good-paying jobs in a revitalized economy that promotes clean energy in support of our valley residents. And we continue to expand our global reach. This summer, the Center for Mesoamerican Studies in Oaxaca, Mexico opened, expanding our rich history of binational collaboration. We also joined the Smart Border Coalition, with the goal of bringing research-based insight and solutions to issues facing the border region. And back at SDSU, we're developing an expanded and reimagined performing arts district, leveraging state funding with philanthropic support to create a state-of-the-art main stage theater, a second stage theater, and more. Our powerful, transformative research begins in our own community. Grant funding totaled a record $164.5 million in 2021 to 22, a 17% increase over last year. The SDSU Communivax team explored the barriers to COVID-19 vaccination in underserved communities, and public health researchers collaborated with schools in South Bay on testing initiatives in schools and homes. Across campus, our researchers are looking to fix issues with housing insecurity and Latinx health disparities, and improving water quality in the Tijuana River. They have helped identify a new bird species in Brazil and a new spider in the southern Sierra Nevada, and informed us that geckos are scorpion predators. We're working to improve the batteries in electric vehicles and sensors to detect offshore oil spills faster and improve the response. We're in partnerships to address the shortage of bilingual teachers in California and to reduce flooding in Imperial Beach. We are using the study of comics to help our students confront critical issues like racial justice and developing musicals of underrepresented playwrights. We are working in prisons to enrich the lives of incarcerated individuals through creative activities. Recognition of SDSU comes from places far and wide. 8 young faculty members received the National Science Foundation's prestigious Career Award, recognizing their potential for a lifetime of leadership in education and research. 5 scholars received awards from the National Endowment for the Humanities, and we were among 10 universities to receive a national certification from Excellencia in Education for our commitment to serving Latinx students. In Georgia, the World Bank is funding an SDSU partnership with the Georgian government to transform early childhood education and enhance the quality of programs across the Republic. Our students are poised for success. Our 6-year graduation rate is over 77%. First-year graduation rates nearly 90%. The U.S. Department of State identified SDSU as a Fulbright HSI leader and a top producer of Benjamin A. Gilman International Scholars. In athletics, SDSU won Mountain West championships in swimming and diving, tennis, and men's golf. The men's basketball team played in its 9th NCAA tournament in the last 12 seasons, and the football team finished with a university record 12 victories. We are San Diego State University, a 125-year history of creativity, curiosity, and commitment to the community, and a drive to transform our tomorrow.
And now, please welcome San Diego State University's president, Dr. Adela de la Torre.
Buenos dias and good morning. Bienvenidos and welcome to our 2022 Convocation. It's wonderful to see you all here in person. Today marks my 5th Convocation as president of San Diego State University. Our community has been through so much, and we've achieved even more together. It's still hard for me to believe how quickly time flies. And each moment of every day, I'm in awe of our one SDSU community. I feel so blessed and privileged to lead this inspiring campus in partnership with you. Just think of the lives that have been enriched, the careers inspired, the intellectual curiosity sparked, and the research and teaching milestones that have been achieved. Over the decades, SDSU has become a pillar of this community and our region, and our connections become stronger and more meaningful by the day. Convocation is a time when we welcome new students and their families, and also celebrate those returning. This is also the time when we greet new and returning faculty and staff and acknowledge the phenomenal work they do. It's a joyful time, full of hope, new beginnings, and excitement for all the memorable experiences that await everyone. To our old friends and colleagues and our returning students, welcome back. And to the new members of our Aztec family, we're delighted you chose to pursue your higher education experience with us. I look forward to another academic year full of promise and possibility. And also, I know we have in the audience those who have retired. To you, I extend my appreciation. Beyond these traditional welcoming remarks and acknowledgments, Convocation is also an opportunity to highlight our future direction and the challenges we will address head-on in the new year. Today, I want to reaffirm our clarity of purpose. I also want to amplify our shared vision for this purpose. I'm reminded daily that our purpose is at the heart of what we do in and day out. We transform students' lives through education and community. This year, our student leaders are taking the charge to challenge all of us to move forward in their visionary goals. The 3 goals Associated Students shared for 22-23, which President Shockey Moore will share in greater detail later, are future forward, passion to lead, courage to care. These goals should be a rallying call for all of us as we collectively examine the opportunities and challenges we face this new academic year. Through their eyes, we should see our clarity of purpose, which will allow us to move forward beyond the pandemic, the social upheaval, grief, and the uncertainty we have often faced in our daily lives over the last 2.5 years. Together, we can and should enter this year with greater optimism and hope. As we look forward to this new academic year, we should have the clarity of purpose that what we do truly matters. By aligning and prioritizing our strategic goals, we can and will profoundly impact our region and the world. Even today, we can provide a snapshot of this success created by our community members. For example, this year, through the efforts of faculty and staff who focused on the importance of student academic success, we can proudly say we reduced equity gaps such that all SDSU students, whether they are first generation, Pell eligible, or underrepresented student groups, can expect similar pathways for graduation rate success. This past year, our faculty received a record-breaking $164.5 million in research grants and contracts, a 17% increase over the previous fiscal year. This represents the highest dollar increase in the university's 125-year history. This was done with a greater number and diversity of faculty across campuses and colleges, and with a broader scope of funding agencies. And thanks to the generosity of our donors, who include alumni, faculty, staff, and students, $136 million was gifted to SDSU this past fiscal year. These funds will improve the lives of our students and will have a positive impact on the broader community. There's even more to acknowledge. In keeping with our vision of becoming a premier HSI research institute, we launched the Center for Mesoamerican Studies in Oaxaca, Mexico. The center will not only support research and teaching that focuses on preserving and supporting indigenous languages and culture, but also expand opportunities for research and binational collaboration in areas such as health, education, and biodiversity. And our faculty continue to work collaboratively with Georgian educators and leaders in seeking joint research and teaching opportunities. Such efforts will allow us to both sustain and expand the impact our Georgian campus has on the region and for our students. SDSU's economic impact on our region has reached $5.7 billion per year, and once fully built out, SDSU Mission Valley will create an additional $3 billion in new economic activity annually. And by the way, one of the prime economic engines of the site, our beautiful multi-purpose 35,000 capacity Snapdragon Stadium, opens in just a few weeks. The stadium is designed to serve the entire community and will continue to reinforce the already strong bonds between SDSU and the greater San Diego region and its residents. To cite just one example of these bonds, earlier this year we received a generous gift of $750,000 from local SDSU alums Ben and Nikki Clay. Their support will help develop the 34-acre river park near the stadium that everyone in the community will be able to enjoy. I'm also proud to note that the current state budget includes $80 million for the expansion of our STEM programs at SDSU Imperial Valley. Our vision for the Valley ties directly into the region's aspirations for becoming California's Lithium Valley. SDSU students and faculty will be part of this exciting future, thanks to the state of Californians' confidence in our university. Our impact is impressive and it is growing. Together, we are purposeful in the choices we make, in what we teach and what we research. We are also purposeful in how we brand ourselves, how we talk about who we are, what we do, and the impact we have. I'm proud that we collectively understand the significance of SDSU being officially recognized as a Hispanic serving institution and an Asian American and Native American Pacific Islander institution. Our faculty, staff, and students have a clarity of purpose in the importance and significance of identifying and achieving these distinctions and goals. Today, as the only truly transborder university in the region, the state, and in the nation, we are highly regarded for our research, innovation, and workforce training for our highly diverse student body, where we embrace and engage our multiple identities and communities with compassion and concern. We not only claim stewardship of the complete border region of the state, but also we see beauty and hope for this region. I could go on and on because, as I said a moment ago, we have many accomplishments and exciting plans for the future. Yet as your president, I also have an obligation to talk about some of the challenges we face. Challenges that, because we're dealing with them head on, will make us stronger and a better university. For all our great work and successes, there can be no denying that we're living through a difficult period in our nation's history, deeply divided, politically polarized, and still dealing with the impacts and after effects of a global pandemic. We crave a sense of normalcy and social interaction. At the same time, there are those who want to see us return to even more difficult times when women and people of color were widely treated as second-class citizens. Like Americans everywhere, our campus went through a mix of emotions when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade and decided there was no universal protection for women when it came to the most profoundly personal and private decision a person can make. I want to affirm, as an institution, we will continue to proactively deal with this ruling, keeping our clarity of purpose so that our students can be continuously supported in making their private choices. We can do this without being doctrinaire or forcing our beliefs on anyone else. We must continue to have an open dialogue where we can all feel safe considering the most heated issues of our day and find our own personal and community approaches in responding to them. Universities, and especially public universities like ours, are part of the communities and regions they serve. They're also a reflection of our broader society and are not immune from its trials and tribulations. In the 23-campus CSU system, of which we are part, the CSU's record on Title IX, the federal law best known for protecting gender equity in college athletics and preventing sexual harassment on campuses that receive federal funds, is under intense scrutiny. In March of this year, the CSU trustees ordered a system-wide Title IX assessment to determine where our system is falling short and what we need to do to remedy the situation. At SDSU, where we are continuously assessing our Title IX practices and protocols, we welcome the review and know it can help us all do a better job ensuring the health, safety, and welfare of all of our students, faculty, and staff. I affirm this even as we address tragic and horrific allegations of SDSU student athletes being involved in a sexual assault at an off-campus party. The case is being investigated by the local police because it occurred off-campus and is the purview of the criminal justice system. I know members of our community, as well as the victim and her family, are frustrated that the wheels of justice must move slower than they would like. I understand and share this frustration. Yet, I have faith in the San Diego Police Department and in our district attorney, and know they are working as diligently as they can to achieve justice for the victim and accountability for any perpetrators, no matter who they are. And now the police have informed us that their investigation has progressed to the point at which we can conduct our own review without jeopardizing their own. We have already begun moving forward and will take all appropriate action. As a campus community, I recognize this is a difficult and painful process, but with a clarity of purpose, we are moving forward and we will pursue justice, accountability, and due process as our goals. We also will amplify our current health and safety structures for our students with the introduction of a new mobile app called SDSU Safe, which focuses on individual and campus safety. The app contains tips, resources, and ways to report incidents. It is already available for download for Apple and Android devices. I encourage you to download it and ask others to do the same. We've enhanced education and training for our students and also faculty and staff around prevention of sexual violence and sexual misconduct. This includes mandatory trainings that start soon after students join our community. Our teams are also hosting events and other programs to aid our students in making healthy choices for themselves and for others. We also continue to strongly advocate for greater enforcement of the laws that serve to keep our students and communities safe beyond our university borders. We will continue to work closely with elected officials, the San Diego Police Department, and our college area neighbors to encourage safe behaviors and a healthy environment among students living in our neighboring communities. Importantly, collaborating with all our community stakeholders surrounding our SDSU campus will help us generate the best practices and policies needed to enhance the health and safety of all community members. It is our collective responsibility to create an environment in which people can live, learn, and be free of harm. It is also important in the spirit of shared governance that we move forward to ensure that members of our community have ample opportunities to be part of decision-making processes, and that all, including our students, be informed of changes in a timely manner. As we've learned with the pandemic, we must work together within our existing systems, no matter what pressures and scrutiny we face. That is the best way to protect the community and our students, and we will not waver from that commitment. So as this new academic year is about to begin, we take stock together of where we have been, what we have achieved, and how we must always strive to do better for the people, community, and state we serve. We must always do this with a clarity of purpose rooted in our mission, our values, and our strategic goals. There is no doubt that our North Star and core is rooted in our students and their success. However, we must be able to prioritize those areas that allow us to meet our future vision. We have much to be proud of, a lot to be grateful for, and always more work to do. But we must also celebrate our accomplishments during this 125th year of SDSU. Our legacy is great, and our future will be a shining star that will transcend borders and transform lives. Mil gracias and welcome to our new academic year.
Thank you, President De La Torre. It is now my privilege to recognize the recipients of this year's Presidential Staff Excellence Award. If you don't already know these fine individuals, I encourage you to greet them and to get to know them. They are a wonderful group who collectively represent what is best about San Diego State University. Will our awardees please stand up when I call your name? This year's Team Effort Award goes to the Well-Being and Health Promotion Group that make up the Economic Crisis Response Team. ECRT provides basic resources and support to our students who are facing financial challenges and have emergency needs. This team has been a cornerstone of student support throughout the pandemic and continues to offer a responsive, student-centered program that aids students in their academic journey by providing essential help in support of their well-being. We recognize Dustin Adkins, Kiara Allen, Georgette Astorga, Evie Baez, and Chelsea Payne. Congratulations. In the staff-to-staff mentoring category, our winner is Gabriela Ruiz, Residential Hall Coordinator for our Washikakak Residence Hall. Gabby exemplifies true leadership through her ability to navigate a tremendous workload while still making time to mentor each resident hall coordinator on campus. Gabby could not be here with us today, but we congratulate her on this award. Our honoree for community service is Todd Rafus, an accountant in SDSU's Office of the Controller. Todd has served on the Rolando Community Council since 2016 as an active board member. He is also committed to supporting local veterans as a life member of the San Diego Bulldog Detachment of the Marine Corps League. At SDSU, Todd has served on the Staff Affairs Committee for over 10 years and currently serves as a chair and is serving in his first term as a staff senator of the University Senate. Todd could not be with us today, but we congratulate him on this award. Our honoree for service to the university is Courtney Harmon, graphic designer in enrollment services and the chair of Pride Employee Resource Group. The official mission of the Pride ERG is to be an alliance of faculty, staff, and student employees committed to an inclusive, open campus community advancing equality for LGBTQIA+ people. Courtney has been instrumental in furthering the Pride ERG mission and has helped to grow the roster to over 100 members since spring of 2018. Congratulations, Courtney. In the auxiliary support category, we have Angelica Banag, Human Resources Manager for Aztec Chops. During the early pandemic, Angelica virtually overnight streamlined the HR processes from paper to electronic, creating multiple forms to support employees. Additionally, she single-handedly managed 2 major projects during this time and was also promoted and took on a completely different function within the department, while also handling her former responsibilities. Congratulations, Angelica. In the Innovation and Creativity category, we recognize Kimberly Kennelly, an administrative coordinator. She's an administrative coordinator for the Department of Philosophy. She was unanimously nominated by her colleagues who said her innovative contributions and achievements will stay with the department and Cal long after her future retirement. Kimberly is a mentor to new coordinators, and her efforts help in retaining new staff. Congratulations, Kimberly. And our final honoree is for Manager of the Year. LaMonica Everett Haynes is Associate Vice President She's Associate Vice President and Chief Communications Officer for Strategic Communications. LaMonica radiates calm and professionalism as she leads the StratCom team in delivering effective and impactful communications for SDSU, both internally and across the world. Her staff praises her for her attention to the personal needs and safety in the COVID-19 era, and for both encouraging and prioritizing a healthy work-life balance. In StratCom, there is no such thing as a thankless job. She recognizes and appreciates each member of the team for the work they do, and she is a positive and inspiring presence to us all. Congratulations, LaMonica. Once again, please join me in a round of applause for all of our 2022 Presidential Staff Excellence awardees. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce University Senate Chair Nola Butler-Byrd.
Thank you for your kind introduction. Good morning, SDSU community. I'm Nola Butler-Byrd, University Senate Chair and Associate Professor and Director of the SDSU Community-Based Block Multicultural Counseling and Social Justice Education Program. The program is housed in the Department of Counseling and School Psychology in the College of Education. On behalf of the University Senate, I thank all students, faculty, staff, parents, friends, and community supporters for the sacrifices, risks, hard work, love, and passion that it has taken to bring us to academic year 2022-23. This was no easy feat. It's an accomplishment we should all be proud of. The University Senate serves as a forum for shared governance, communication, and dialogue between the campus community and university administration. It's an advisory body representing faculty, staff, and students who are elected, appointed, and ex officio members. The body uses deliberative democratic processes to carefully consider important issues and policy decisions. Where do human rights begin? We begin this academic year under the cloud of the latest phase of COVID-19 and the erosion of human rights and democracy in our country. And while it often appears that here in California we are better off than more restrictive states in our country, many in our region and on our campus are suffering from homelessness and other economic uncertainties because of our systemic inequities and social injustices. On our campus, we're investigating the violent violation of a young woman near our campus, which was allegedly perpetrated by some of our football players. Graduate students are fighting for fair workloads and health benefits. What steps are we taking to make sure that things like this won't continue on our campus? Human rights and well-being are the critical underlying issues. In her remarks to the United Nations in 1958, Eleanor Roosevelt asked, "Whereafter do human rights begin?" In small places, close to home, so close and so small that they cannot be seen on any map of the world, and yet they are the world of the individual person. The neighborhood they live in, the school or college they attend, the factory, farm, or office where they work. Such are the places where every person and every child seeks equal justice, equal opportunity, equal dignity without discrimination. Unless these rights have meaning there, they have little meaning anywhere. Without concerted citizen action to uphold them close to home, we shall look in vain for progress in the larger world. The University Senate is committed to doing the work of multicultural democracy, human rights, and shared governance. We're serious about upholding SDSU's commitment to social justice and the well-being of our community. Please bring issues and concerns to our attention so that we can help address them. So where do human rights begin? With you, with me, and with all of us. We must challenge and support each other to be courageous, to lean into the discomfort that concerted action for human rights takes in the small places, close to home, on campus, with your friends, family, classmates, and those you encounter who may need support or to be challenged to ensure that everyone receives equal justice, equal opportunity, equal dignity without discrimination. I hope that this will be a richly rewarding and healing year for all of us. Finally, one of the great benefits of my position is the opportunity to work with student leaders. I am so impressed by their dedication and their love for SDSU and their eagerness to engage their student colleagues and the larger community. It is this unrelenting motivation that helps them balance their academics with their duties as officers. I now have the good fortune and the opportunity to introduce one of those student leaders, Shockey Moore, President of Associated Students. Shockey is a senior from Fairfield, California, majoring in communication and minoring in leadership. Please join me in welcoming Shockey Moore.
Thank you, Dr. Bird, for those powerful and kind words. Hello, everyone. I'm Shockey Moore, President of Associated Students. I am privileged to have the opportunity to speak with you on behalf of SDSU students. This is an exciting year for our university, and I'm honored to be a part of it and represent the student voice. We as an institution are a flagship for shared governance, allowing faculty, staff, students all to participate in our decision-making process on our campus. Associated Students cares deeply about shared governance, and we will continue to improve our shared governance throughout this year. I want to share some accomplishments from Associated Students from the previous year and our vision for this year. Starting with Aztec's Rock Hunger, Associated Students raised over 534,000 pounds of food for the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank. This was an amazing accomplishment for our campus community to unite together for such a wonderful cause. I'm proud to say that some of the proceeds go back to our very own AS Food Pantry, which is now located on the second floor of the Student Union with expanded hours. We are proud to announce that we distributed over 5,300,000 pounds of food to our students. We look forward to working with you all to end the fight for our food insecurity during this year's Aztec Rock Hunger campaign. This year's tagline is Feed the Need. We also celebrated the 50th anniversary of our Mission Bay Aquatic Center, where we've been dedicated to providing students with fun water sport classes that allow students to gain class credit through our university. In addition, we had our first Green Fest concert since the COVID-19 pandemic, highlighting the importance of sustainability through campus and our everyday lives. Students were able to come together and enjoy music in our Cal Coast Credit open air theater, and the student band Outside the Frame was the opening act. Lastly, I am proud to announce that the Aztec Recreation Center is officially open. This was something many students advocated years ago, with the student body voting in favor of a referendum to renovate the Ark. It was a long process, but something that will be beneficial for our students' mental health and wellness for years to come. The Ark now has 6 multi-use courts, an indoor track, and a state-of-the-art climbing wall. We are excited for everyone to be a part of using the Ark, and we will have our grand opening celebration on October 7th. Now, I would like to introduce our vision for Associated Students this year. Our theme is Future Forward, Passion to Lead, Courage to Care. We went with this theme because this will be a pivotal year to build a foundational culture through Associated Students and our student body as they continue to adjust to life after the pandemic. It takes passion to lead in this time because of the social climate and things going on in our world. It takes an individual to have the courage to care about things happening within their community. We want to focus on the student experience and shared governance this year, ensuring that the students are a part of decisions affecting them across campus. This will be an important year and a year to remember. We as associated students want to work collaboratively with all of you throughout the year to ensure that we are making the best experience possible for our students. We encourage you to participate in our push to create a culture that can be built upon for years to come. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Provost and Senior Vice President from Academic Affairs, Dr. Salvador Hector Ochoa, and Ms. Risa Barron, President of the SDSU Alumni Board of Advisors. Provost Ochoa joined SDSU July 2019 as the University Chief Academic Officer. He came to us from the University of New Mexico and brings more than 20 years of academic leadership experience. Risa served as a municipal manager at Republic Services. She has over 25 years of experience and success in public affairs, community relations, and communications. Risa graduated in 1991 and holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in Political Science and Public Administration. She is currently the president of the SDSU Alumni Board of Advisors. Please join me in welcoming Provost Ochoa and Ms. Risa Barron.
Good morning, everyone. SDSU is an extraordinary university, in large part because of our stellar faculty. Among them are masterful, inspirational teachers, phenomenal researchers, committed and engaged citizens of our university community, passionate leaders of their scholarly disciplines both internationally and nationally, compassionate servants of our SDSU community, and many who excel in all areas of professional endeavors. Additionally, we have outstanding librarians who are committed to student success and to assist our faculty in their professional endeavors. Because of the generous support of SDSU alumni, we're able each year to honor our one impressive faculty member from each of our colleges, the University Library, SDSU Imperial Valley, with the SDSU Alumni Distinguished Faculty Award. It is with much joy and with much pleasure that I stand here today to recognize the remarkable achievements of this year's recipients of SDSU Alumni Distinguished Faculty Awards. From the College of Arts and Letters.
My family moved a lot when I was little, and I had the opportunity to see certain things done very differently in different settings. And that gave me a kind of an outsider status, that gave me a vantage point on seeing the sort of traditional or habitual aspects of human behavior.
Dr. Elisa Sobo is a professor and chair of the Department of Anthropology, who studies socio-cultural aspects of health, wellness, and medicine. She is author of 8 books and over 50 peer-reviewed journal articles, and has recently been involved in research around vaccines.
One of the driving questions behind all of my research is, how can we get people to yes when it comes to practices that are good for our health? Oftentimes, the powers that be think all we have to do is tell people the facts, and people will come around, and it's the facts that change behavior.
Because they have arms and ammunition given them by vaccination.
That's not actually the case. It's not the facts. It's our friends and family. It's our social context. When you speak to the people who are considered dissenters or to have wacky viewpoints, there's a real reasoning behind what they're doing, and it makes sense in the local context.
A pandemic of the unvaccinated.
And so when we start to lump and say, you're this, you're that, and stereotype, it causes this polarization, and it makes it very hard to talk. So we have to support change in the social system so that everybody together sees this as the right thing to do.
This year, Dr. Sobo will be stepping down from her position as chair to become the first Director of Undergraduate Research for the College of Arts and Letters.
Right now, San Diego State is at a point where developing our portfolio of undergraduate research is important, and so I'm very happy to be playing a role in building up that infrastructure, in fertilizing that ecosystem so that more undergraduates can have that kind of transformative experience.
It's my honor, Dr. Elisa Sobo. From the Fowler College of Business.
Dr. Kamal Haddad is a professor and chair of the finance department in the Fowler College of Business, where he's worked for the last 41 years. Originally from Hamana, Lebanon, Dr. Haddad was forced as a young student to flee his home country when the Civil War broke out in 1975.
I went to the embassy, and there was a nice person who gave me a visa without really having basically what is required. And that inspired me to really do good work and to help people.
Among his many accomplishments at SDSU, Dr. Haddad has created new certificate programs for real estate, insurance, property management and sports business management, and has served as the advisor to the Finance and Investment Society since 1982.
Now that I am at this stage and took over the department, the focus right now is to have San Diego State or the department to be the place of choice for employers. So I did a lot of partnerships where these students are given internships or jobs. The objective is to make them more successful and come back and hopefully help others. When I took a job, the plan was really to be here for a couple of years and go back home. 41 years of good work and happiness and satisfaction. It's just like my home, away from home. I'm grateful and happy to be able to serve all these students and continue to do so for as long as I can.
Dr. Kamal Haddad. From the College of Education.
Dr. Frank Harris III is a professor of post-secondary education and co-director of the Community College Equity Assessment Lab.
We started it as a way to partner with community colleges to do intentional work on men of color. These are students who have been historically underrepresented and underserved in education. As educators, we often think about the relationship that you establish with the student. If you don't have a relationship, then it's going to be hard to connect with that student and really be able to have a real impact on their success. So one of the ways I try to support my students in the classroom is by approaching it through a learning partnership.
What you're teaching us and then practice it right away in the classroom and being hands-on.
We're all teachers and learners in this space. And it's through this exchange of ideas and experiences and knowledge and information, we all walk away knowing more and being better at what it is that we're doing.
We're 100% focused on learning and nothing else.
In addition to his teaching and research, Dr. Harris is a senior strategist in the Division of Campus Diversity and Student Affairs, and serves as the faculty athletics representative for SDSU.
I have a strong passion and a commitment when it comes to college sports. I think it provides a wonderful opportunity for our student athletes. And so I'm involved in conversations that are solely focused on making sure that our student athletes have a valuable and well-rounded learning experience at SDSU. I really do try to give students what was given to me. I had some amazing educators, right, throughout my entire educational journey. Educators who took an interest in me and who believed in me, who saw things in me that I didn't see in myself. And so I just try to pay that experience forward to as many of my students as possible.
Dr. Frank Harris III. From the College of Engineering.
Dr. George Youssef is a professor in the College of Engineering whose work focuses on investigating and understanding the mechanics of polymers, composites, and smart materials.
Any natural or synthetic material has limits. As mechanical engineers, we were trying to understand the limits of these materials and try to push it even further. The more you can push it, the more protection you can provide humans or assets.
One practical application of Dr. Youssef's work can be found in the liners of football helmets.
So the helmets protect the human brain from player-to-player impact or player-to-ground impact. What we have developed here in the lab is a new foaming to reduce the bluntness of the impact significantly. The feeling of conquering the toughest problem that humans have worked on is something that you cannot put in words. To take an idea and put it on the bench and get results out of it and be able to communicate these results to the entire world, and scientists like you review this work and say, oh, this is worthy of people to know it. So that process is amazing.
Dr. Youssef is the founder of the Experimental Mechanics Laboratory, where he and his students study the properties of non-traditional materials.
We started the lab with a table that we got from the surplus, and we are sitting now in a facility that's about $3 million, furnished with the state-of-the-art equipment. We also have amazing students that allow us to undertake these very, very challenging problems and work on them. So it's a combination of the facilities that we have built here at State and the aptitude of our students to undertake these big challenges. In the next 5 years is going to be transformational, and I would like my lab to be an epicenter of that transformation.
Dr. George Youssef. From the College of Health and Human Services.
I was born on the eastern shore of Virginia. There's a small island called Tangier Island, where some would argue that the dialect spoken there is not even American English.
I can him and you're Saturday night. Right. Big kid drove his bomb out.
That duality, coupled with growing up in New Orleans, I've always been intrigued by the relationship between language and culture.
Dr. Sonia Pruitt-Lord serves as the Associate Dean for the College of Health and Human Services. In addition, Dr. Pruitt-Lord is a professor of speech language and the director of the Child, Language, Development, Disorders and Disparities Lab.
Kind of the purpose of our lab is to work together to eliminate health and educational disparities with children in the early elementary ages. And that includes really focusing on our children from diverse backgrounds. On average, 2 children in every classroom would be diagnosed with a language disorder. One of the things that we struggle with in our field is both an under and overdiagnosis. That occurs because either the assessment tools aren't good, resulting in an overdiagnosis, but also that we'll have clinicians who will choose to wait and see and not diagnose children. In our lab, we aim to find that sweet spot where we're getting the right children into the right therapies.
As a nationally recognized and extensively published researcher, Dr. Pruitt-Lord provides valuable mentorship to graduate and PhD students.
The ability to support students and giving them opportunities to experience what they hear in the classroom and in their own communities is the reason that I became a professor in the first place. My goal is that when students leave here, they leave with a set of tools that allows them to make the world a better place for the kids that they're serving.
Dr. Sonia Pruitt-Lord. From the College of Professional Studies and Fine Arts.
As a teenager growing up in Southern California, without a car, you're basically unable to do anything. I traveled to Europe. I could get where I needed to go. I could walk where I needed to go and had access to public transportation. Traveling and seeing other places made me realize the backwardness of how we live in the US and our auto-oriented cities.
Dr. Sherry Ryan is the director of the School of Public Affairs and a professor of city planning with a focus on transportation and land use.
We study networks and how they connect or don't connect across the city. It doesn't help anyone to have a fragment of cycle track. You have to have a dense connected network that penetrates the places people want to be. One of the key predictors of pedestrian collisions in the city of San Diego is proximity to a transit stop. People who can't afford a car are forced to take transit or use a bike or walk to transit. Those are the people that are getting hit and killed.
I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Reclaiming the roadway environment for parks and walking and cycling, in my view, and in a lot of people's view, that's a more equitable city. One of the things that excites me about teaching is the opportunity to bridge students' experience with hands-on practice work.
Sidewalk and 1 car lane.
It's really fun to get students helping cities by examining, evaluating the effectiveness of their projects and programs. This moment for me right now is a little bittersweet because I'm retiring from SDSU after 20 years. The people that I've developed friendships with and work relationships with here have just been amazing, and I will always cherish those relationships. It is neat to have been one place, and it's my hometown, but I'm looking forward to my next adventure.
Dr. Ryan cannot be with us today, but we wish her the best of luck on her next adventure. From the College of Sciences.
Baseball has been a passion of mine since childhood. I really love playing baseball, but also analyzing the numbers and the statistics behind baseball.
Dr. Richard A. Levine is a professor in the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, as well as a faculty advisor in the Department of Analytic Studies and Institutional Research.
So using this equation in the upper left right here, I'm projecting that we need to win at least 99 games in order to make it to the postseason.
The movie Moneyball kind of popularized the application of statistics. Nonetheless, as the movie name suggests, Moneyball, it's also focused on the economics of baseball, which is not quite what I do. But it also introduced the idea of predictive analytics. And my most recent research area is in learning analytics, where we use statistics and student data for studying student learning.
Dr. Levine's research is conducted through organizations such as the Data Champions, which he co-founded.
The Data Champions program is a year-long program where student success leaders study student success in their unit. We're using all this data really to characterize successful students and say, for you, what would work best for you? What kind of program would be best to you to help you through your major? Statistics is math, but it's also an art. Every problem you confront is different. And so this is how statistics becomes an art. How do you interpret? How do you assess the models? In the statistics classroom, I don't like lecturing. I like bringing students into a lab and just doing statistics. And I think that comes out of my coaching life. When you coach baseball, you don't have them sit on the bench and you talk to them. You have them play. Right? We want you to get your hands dirty. And the more different disciplines you work in, the better. I love playing with numbers, but really what gets me out of bed every morning is the anticipation of working with students, collaborating with them on data analysis, playing with the numbers with them.
Dr. Richard Levine. From the University Library.
I grew up in a rural town in North Carolina. We didn't have a lot, but we had each other. But we were in a community where everyone knew everyone, and you helped people out, and that's what I'm used to.
Gloria L. Rhodes serves as SDSU's Outreach and Diversity Initiatives Librarian. With an extensive career spanning over 40 years in library science, Gloria has connected thousands of students to the library and to academic resources. Gloria also performs book talks for students with children.
That quickly take flight.
Gloria coordinates the Oral History Project, which highlights historic African-American experience in San Diego, and is an advisor to the Commuter Center and the Black Resource Center on campus.
Just checking on you, see how things are going. Here at the university, I fell in love with working with different students, a lot of from underrepresented groups, a lot of students who aren't as prepared, and that's what it's all about, is giving them that jump start, that head start. Seeing the anxiety just drop from them when they have that one-on-one moment with a librarian, that speaks volumes. To me, it's important that they see a friendly face, that they were in the library and there was someone who took the time to get to know them as a person and to really break down that barrier, that I'm here to support you on your journey. To think where I started from and where my life has taken me, it's incredible.
Gloria Rhodes. From SDSU Imperial Valley.
Dr. Magdalena Altamirano is an associate professor of Spanish literature at SDSU's Imperial Valley campus, where her main area of expertise is in medieval and early modern ballads.
I was born and raised in Acapulco. Perhaps I was 8, 9 years old. I started to take an interest in my grandfather's library. At some point, I got into Spanish poetry, and my grandfather noted my interest, and he explained to me how those ballads were performed in the past, and he enacted that reading. Oral tradition is deeply embedded in community life, working in the fields, working in the mines, taking care of the children, or also the rituals of life. They are really like a source of treasures. They can tell us a lot about what people did and felt at that time.
Dr. Altamirano's most recent work looks at ballads contained within the story of Don Quixote.
Don Quixote, especially the first book, the environment is mostly rural. It happens in the long fields and a small town. So I think that creates a first immediate connections with the students. We have many challenges here at Imperial Valley, but we also have the luxury of teaching small classes. Si se quiere casar con él, le daría como dote, and that allows us professors to give students a personal education. And if I walk around here, I can see one of my students working in this office and that office. It's really nice to be a professor here. Here, you see firsthand that you are making a difference.
Dr. Magdalena Altamirano. Please join me in congratulating all of our awardees this morning. And now I would like to welcome President De La Torre back to the podium.
Thank you, Provost Achora. It is now truly my honor to announce the recipient of the SDSU Staff Lifetime Achievement Award. This is the second year we will be awarding this recognition. The prestigious award was created to recognize an exemplary staff member who has made significant contributions to the mission of the university throughout their career. In order to be eligible, nominated staff members must have served the university for a minimum of 15 years and received at least 3 letters of recommendation to accompany the nomination. We will now watch a special video highlighting this year's recipient.
Everybody wants to know who this year's Staff Lifetime Achievement Award winner is. Hopefully they've raised the bar a bit since I got it last year. So I get to call and congratulate them, so come on in. It's a big secret. We're gonna reveal who the Staff Lifetime Achievement Award winner is. Let me just give him a call. Hey, James, how you doing?
Hey, Jim, nice to hear from you.
It's a really cool occasion because it's my privilege to let you know that you are this year's winner of the Staff Lifetime Achievement Award for 2022. Way to go, James. Woo!
Yeah, thanks, Jim. It's such an honor. You know, we have so much to be proud of here, and just so grateful for my team, and just, you know, of course, have some pretty big shoes to fill following in your footsteps.
I think it's great that you won it. You've done so much for this campus. So, you know, let's go grab a Starbucks sometime.
I would love that.
All right. Congratulations, James. See you soon. Well, there's no doubt James Frazee has done a lot for technology on this campus, but, you know, how tough is it? I mean, we all know how to use Zoom by now. Duh. Wait, James, you still there?
Yeah, Jim, I'm still here.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you are. Sorry about that. My bad.
All good.
All right. See you later.
Adios.
Well, that was awkward. But, you know, why was he listening? These tech guys, they feel like they got to control everything. Crying out loud. But, you know, good. What? Oh, no. James, you're still there, aren't you?
I'm still here, Jim.
How do I get out of Zoom?
Just hit end meeting.
End, oh, yeah. All right, see you, buddy. Well, that was awkward. But, nonetheless, congratulations to James Frazee. Now let's start the video.
Dr. James Frazee is the Deputy Chief Information Officer and Senior Associate Vice President for Learning Environments, Technologies and User Services at SDSU. Oh, bloody hell. I had to take a breath in the middle. It's such a long title.
Stick with the script, Peter.
Okay, sorry. Dr. James Frazee is the Deputy Chief Information Officer and Senior Associate Vice President for Learning Environments, Technologies and User Services at SDSU. Dr. Frazee's work provides vision and leadership to support excellence in teaching and learning through active learning environments, pedagogical research, learner-centered technologies, and user support.
Our team has a long history of incubating ideas here at San Diego State, and several of those programs have gone on to become established initiatives. We were the birthplace of the supplemental instruction program. We've done a lot of the early work here at SDSU with learning analytics, things like the Learning Glass, which has gone on to become an international phenomenon. It's really all been possible because of the great team we have and the partnerships we have with our faculty. Something most people don't know about working with technology is that more often than not, nobody taught the people who are teaching you. So we really encourage our staff to lean on one another, and being willing to dabble and try new things is super important. There's a funny story about the team. When I hit my 20th anniversary, they surprised me with an ITS surfboard. It's in SDSU red and black, and the most important and special part for me is everyone's name is on that. And of course I had to use the surfboard. One thing that I think has really served me well is the work that I've done as a lifeguard as a ski patroller. My first experience teaching people was helping seasonal lifeguards recognize rip currents.
Rip currents are the most threatening natural hazard along our coastline.
I was really fortunate to have those experiences.
Hey, James! Jim? What are you doing here? I'm hanging out where the alumni are. Right.
A core piece of our cultural operating system and a core value here is celebration. We're always looking for opportunities to have fun, and it's something that I'm really proud of. People often hear me say, the only thing I can guarantee is that everything will change. But one thing that doesn't change is the people. I think the only thing that I can take credit for is listening to those people. And I'm particularly grateful to my wife and son who just continue to drive me to be my best. Here's a secret. The smarter, better looking Dr. Frazee is the secret to my success. And that is my wife, Rebecca. There's really no more noble profession than helping people learn. It's such a great responsibility, and I really can't imagine a better job than working here at SDSU.
What a wonderful tribute to James and his countless contributions advancing innovative technology in teaching and learning in support of our instructional faculty and students. James, I congratulate you on this much-deserved award.
Congratulations again to all of our award recipients. A sincere thank you for sharing your morning with us. We hope you enjoy your grab-and-go lunches that will be distributed as you walk out down to Goldberg Courtyard. Again, thank you for being here, and best wishes for a great year to everyone. Go Aztecs!